SCP SL 14.0 has been out for a few days now and it's hands down the best update yet. With the reworked heavy and other additions, there's now plenty of new mechanics, parkour spots and unique torture methods that you probably haven't discovered yet, which leaves you in a disadvantage and is keeping the secrets of ultimate trolling away from you. So today I'll showcase all of the new devious strategies and mechanics this update brings. Anyways, let's get right into it. Firstly, let's talk about the clutter system. You may be wondering, what the fuck is a clutter system? And well, it's a piece of code that generates props in rooms in mostly random order. This was, until now, only used to generate Halloween and Christmas decorations, but now it's responsible for generating all of these pallets, fences and pipes you see around the map. Now, you can always climb onto these things to gain high ground, which makes it easier to catch enemies off guard and kill them, but to also completely avoid SCP-99 or other SCPs if they aren't paying attention. However, if these props are spawned near certain rooms, they can be used to reach even better positions. For example, if the clutter system decides to spawn this set of fences and boxes on this side and you have drinked one SCP-207, then you can use that to climb into an area unreachable to almost everybody. Firstly, you jump onto these boxes and then these fences. Then you climb onto the side of this pipe and jump to the edge of this pipe. And then you easily climb onto this area above. Now, do I seriously gotta explain why this area is useful? Not only can you make it impossible for half of the SCPs to reach you, but you also have an OP high ground which you can use to massacre any clueless victims going through there. Now, let's head over to the other side of this room. Here the boxes will always spawn like this, and by climbing onto this box and jumping into the corner of this one, you'll be able to climb all the way up here. This spot is great for catching SCPs off guard if you're being chased, as it's impossible to instantly climb up here unless you're SCP-173. And I can bet it will take the other SCPs quite some time to figure out they need to jump precisely in this corner to climb up here. This spot is also God's ear for holding down the corridors, as you have a direct shot onto this door with the advantage of high ground and distance. And on this side you can shoot people straight in their head through these pipes, whilst they won't be able to see you. Also, if the clutter system decides to spawn an SCP locker here, it gives you a nice parkour path which you can use to absolutely genocide the ankles of many SCPs. This area is also always reachable as SCP-173 because when you're being looked at you can directly teleport onto these pipes and then onto these bridges up here, which is a great place to escape if you're being overwhelmed by enemies, or if you want you can use this place to ambush people, and trust me, it's really effective at that. This can also be achieved as SCP-99 by jumping onto these boxes and then these pipes, which again guarantees the doom of any clueless people coming through here. A similar thing can also be done in this room as both SCP-173 and 99. As 173 you simply teleport up here with one blink, but as 99 you'll have to do this mini parkour by climbing onto these pallets and then jumping onto this shelf and then onto these pipes. However, besides these special spots you can always climb onto this mess, these pipes, and even these blue pipes to lose your enemies. And a bonus nice little extra route I discovered for losing enemies is here in Necromantic Abatement, where if you jump through this hole onto the fences like this, you'll shorten your route by a few seconds. There's probably more spots that I haven't yet discovered, but these are the most important ones. Anyways, let's talk about some torture methods, because, you know, don't tell me you don't ever just wake up and think, yeah, I wanna torture people. Or, well, I don't know about you, but this guy definitely does. Anyways, by now you probably know that if you put on these goggles and then try to take them off, it will rip your eyeballs out and, you know, kill you. However, when you detain somebody, drops all of their items from their inventory, which means if you detain somebody who's wearing the goggles, it will count as them taking them off and will seal their fate. So if you're ever bored as a guard, make sure to find the goggles, then a few test subjects, and let the trolling commence. The best part is that the goggles are completely fine to use after somebody drops them, which means that if you want to, in theory, you can lobotomize the whole light containment cell block for fun. Speaking of torturing, did you ever want to trap somebody? Sure, you can always lock somebody at any of these doors, but you can also trap somebody in public display by telling them to step here and then opening this SCP locker. Unless they have a card, they will be completely powerless and a victim for any hostile passing by, especially if you place a radio next to him and then scream into it from a safe distance to attract the SCPs to him as soon as possible. Or you can also just put a vase next to him if you want him dead ASAP. By the way, if you don't want this guy to be under your bed tonight, make sure to click this really cool looking button, as not only will you gain divine protection during the next match of SCP SL, you will also be up to date with all new cool features, professional guides and much more. Anyways, where were we? Another fun feature added into the update is Russian roulette. Grab yourself a revolver, shoot 5 of its bullets out and then hold the middle mouse button to spin the barrel. So now, if you can't settle on a decision with your friends, simply solve it with a round of Russian roulette. You may have noticed that the particle disruptor had its module reworked and the way it works. bugs. Now if you hip fire it, it will fire a burst of 3 rays, and if you aim down sights it will fire 1 beam. You may be wondering which one is better, and well, they both have their strengths and weaknesses. Each of the 3 rays does 200 HP of damage, which is enough to shred any human. However, the big ray does 800 damage, which means that the small beam is much better to use for dealing with humans, since not only are you more mobile, you also get 3 precise deadly shots to genocide anything in front of you. But for dealing with SCPs, the singular ray is much better to use, since by shooting it once you can eat 1/3 of the SCP's HP. However, it's impossible to use this big beam without dying unless you have a decent distance between yourself and the SCP. Another neat use for the particle disruptor is dealing with SCP-079. If you're ever being chased and the goddamn 079 keeps closing the doors in your face, simply hip fire on them. This way you won't waste any momentum, and you may even break multiple doors due to multiple beams. Not to mention, this is much more effective than waiting for your grenade to open the door, especially since you have to step back. Now, you may have realized that the new layouts of heavy containment have changed due to all of the new rooms and more. I'm gonna put all of the possible layouts on the screen right now in case you wanna like integrate them into your brain or something, but the most important thing to know is that the way how layouts work hasn't really changed. The special rooms will still almost always spawn on the edges of the map, except in these rare anomalies of layouts, where they can also spawn in the middle. However, now Tesla gates and in rare cases generators can spawn right in front of the checkpoint. Don't worry, you aren't the only one who just got PTSD of 079 wiping whole waves with it. But yeah, anyways, your strategy for finding stuff should remain the same. Just stick to the edges of the map and you're far more likely to find stuff instead of just going straight. Did you notice how sometimes the humans can get grumpy, sad, or even really happy? Well, this is done by typing emotion in the console and then typing your desired emotion. However, if you can't bother doing this every single damn time, you can bind the emotion to your keyboard's button by typing cmd bind, then typing your desired key, then emotion, and it's typed. So yeah, now you can cause your face to have one stroke without having to bother with the console every damn time. And before I end the video, here's some bonus, cool, and slightly useful facts about SCP-SL 14.0. These pipes can be used as basically a grenade slingshot, as they slightly extend its range but also give enemies less time to react. Did you ever want to play Among Us in SCP-SL? Well, now you can, because they added all of these vents across the map you can no-clip into, so yeah, it's only a matter of time before somebody makes an Among Us plugin. You can also jump onto this glass in 106 chamber, however you can't make it back alive, so I guess if you're completely out of options what's being chased, you can jump here and hope that the SCP will be stupid enough to get themselves perma-stuck here or just fall down. 11 new capybaras were added around the map. They can be found anywhere from this box in 106 chamber to toilets in like containment. Anyways, that's all of the beans I have to spill about this update for now. If you learned something new or want a chance to win a free beta key, make sure to subscribe, as in one of the future videos I'll hide the beta code in it, so yeah, make sure to not miss out. Anyways, thank you for watching and have a great day.